Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Tressa Rivera from Survivor Magazine, and I was just checking in with you for this week to give you some updates on what's going on with me. So, for starters, I've had a pretty rough week with going back and forth with SSDI, and I've just been wondering, has anyone else had issues with SSDI as far as filing your claims, following up with them on appeals, and submitting your paperwork? Because I tell you, even with all the documentation that I've had from two separate PCPs over the last 9 months after my stroke, and after all of the things that I've endured with going back and forth with them, only to find out that chain of custody wasn't preserved, or paperwork wasn't sent in properly, or it wasn't received properly, or filed properly, just to have to start over from scratch and be told that I may have to start over my appeal, which in effect, the reason why I don't want to do that is because by doing that, the last 10 months are basically in vain as far as back pay is concerned. So in the interim, I'm just focusing more on my VA claim, because the VA seems to be a little more cooperative, believe it or not, than SSA. But the systems with SSA are really antiquated. And so, again, just venting here. It's just very frustrating to keep going back and forth, doing your due diligence, and not getting any type of, forward movement, so to speak. So, today, I managed to get some feedback from my VA counterparts, because I'm basically dealing with VA Claims Made Easy, which has literally made my process really easy as far as trying to make sure that they have all my documentation, that is all being put in chronological order, that is being submitted with all my Nexus letters, and I can't thank them enough. So the big news that I have today is that for the last several months, I've been trying to get my cataract surgery, because, as I've mentioned in several of my other videos, I have difficulty seeing since my stroke, and I've had previous issues with my left eye, which is completely covered with a cataract. So everything was contingent on my diabetes as far as my A1C is concerned. And so, just to give you a brief synopsis of what happened with me when I had my stroke. But before I get into my big news with my whole A1C situation, I wanted to also talk about the fact that I know a lot of you have been trying to get in touch with me in my DMs.